Okay, we're back. We're live for a happy time. You know, Christmas didn't really begin for me until about 10 minutes ago when these guys put these things out on the table. Okay, that's Ted Abe, product specialist and sales account manager for Sony Hawaii, and Christopher Schlund. He's a representative of Professional Solutions. He's Professional Solutions, what?
Of America.
Of America, big company. Yeah. Okay. And they both do Sony things. And this is Think Tech Talks. We're putting it on this series, and we're calling it a Digital New Year. What's hot at Sony and PSA? I'm so excited to have you guys on the show. Thank you so much for coming down, and thank you for bringing all this equipment, Jeff.
You know, thank you, Jay, for always inviting us over. It was a great time every year.
Goes back a long way, Ted.
It does. Yeah.
We're getting old together.
Yeah.
You too. Okay, so we decided that for the first part of the show, we'd go straight to the consumer.
Sure.
What have you got you'd like to show people about consumer now?
So, you know, one of the things that's very popular this past year have been Bluetooth speakers. And, you know, we released these portable Bluetooth speakers, the SRS X11, in various colors. I only brought two here, but we also have black, white, and red. And they last about 7 hours, so they're very portable. And they also have a hands-free feature and an audio input jack, so you can play your music wired or via Bluetooth. And I was going to do a demonstration on how, with your phone, and some of the Android phones now have NFC, so you just do one-touch pairing and then just play the music. You can hear the music like that. And since I have them paired up, they can do stereo. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Just stereo separation.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So that's all controlled through my smartphone.
Suppose I got 4 of them or 8 of them or 16
So you can actually, you can pair up to 8 of them
Is
at
that
one
right?
time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And can you program which one is on the left and which one
No,
is... They
no.
figure it out themselves. I
Right.
guess.
So the first two are going to decide which is going to be left and right, and then you just keep adding them.
And they join the left or they join the right?
Basically, it's going to be depending on which one you pair it to. Right.
Yeah, okay, that's great. 7 hours, what, by a new battery or a rechargeable
It
battery?
has a built-in lithium rechargeable battery, so it'll last for about 7 hours. Yeah.
I like that a lot. What am I have to spend on that to get a pair of
These
them?
are about $70
70?
per speaker. Yeah.
Gee,
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, yeah. And they make a sound of a big speaker.
They
is
do.
what
That's why they've been doing really well this past year. People don't expect this type of big sound and high quality sound from these little portable speakers. They put out about 20 watts of sound from these things.
So you don't need a woofer or anything.
No.
This will do it.
This will pretty much cover the most of the sound range.
Can I connect this to my television?
You could, yes. Yeah, you could. But
If I have Bluetooth, I have to have Bluetooth on the television.
now, certain TVs, like our TVs, they don't pair through the Bluetooth speakers. But we do have solutions. We have sound bars that have been doing really well the last few years.
Sound bars are so big now.
Right. And, you know, they have Bluetooth connectivity. You can pair them up to your Bluetooth headphones and listen to it, quietly without disturbing, your family members.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Okay, let's move on.
I also got something what we call our Action Cam series. This here is our 4K model, so we can record in 4K, and it comes with this underwater housing. It's good for about 16 feet, and basically it's a point of view camera. So we have different accessories. We can mount it on the side of your head, on the helmets, chest mount. We even have a dog. A pet mount that you can strap it onto the dog.
Got to train the dog, though.
Yeah, and put on its back. So there's a plethora of accessories that we have available for you to take advantage of this point of view craze that's going on right now. And this does record in 4K.
And record sound.
And sound as well,
got a
stereo.
microphone.
It has
Wow.
stereo mics built into it, as opposed to the competition.
This is miniaturization at its best. So Ted, I'm going to the NAB show. You know the
Oh,
NAB?
yes.
Are you going to go there?
Yes, we are. We're
Oh,
gonna
I
be
have
there.
to find you
Yes,
there. Okay.
in April,
In
yeah.
April.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's all set.
Yeah.
No, I'm really excited. Now I'm really excited. Okay. So what I want to do is on a broadcast back.
Okay.
From what I see, what I do, who I meet at the NAB show, and I was thinking when you were talking that I could use that. Right. I need a wireless gizmo.
Right. This can do Ustream. So if you connect to Ustream, you can actually connect this wirelessly and stream it over.
This will go directly to Ustream if I can find wireless in the room.
Via pretty much your cell phone, your
Yeah.
smartphone.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's a hotspot.
Right.
Yeah. We got to talk.
Yeah.
We got to talk about everything.
I know.
Okay, and that goes for how much?
$4.99 right now.
Okay.
Roughly. Yeah.
That's really great miniatures.
Even outside the case, it's splash proof. So if you're in inclement weather,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about damaging the unit. As long as it's not a heavy downpour, this will resist it outside this case. Inside this case, it's good for about 16 feet for about 30 minutes underwater.
And if with those mounting brackets or whatever it is on my head or my hat or whatever.
Surfboard
I
mounts,
can
right?
ski. I
And
can
handlebar,
ski.
yes, exactly. Handlebar mounts. So there's a ton of accessories out there.
Great. Well, by the way, where do I go for Sony stuff exactly?
Well, locally here, as you know, the dynamics of the whole island has been changing. But we have the national retailers like Best Buy here that offer a wide selection of Sony products.
Okay, so
And-
Sony is my first. It's easy. It's right here, and
right,
I
two
can
locations
find this
here.
stuff there.
Right,
Okay.
right.
All right. Keep going.
So I wanted to also go into our digital imaging product lineup, and I've got two high-end models right here. This one, the A7S2, which was just launched last month, and then the A7R Mark II, which was released about 2 months ago. These are our full-frame mirrorless camera systems. So you can see in here, there's no mirror, and that's why it's so compact. But the benefits of using mirrorless cameras is not only it's lightweight, and it's very portable, easy to maneuver, but the shallow depth of field on the flange allows you to add third-party adapters, which means I can not only use the Sony lenses or Zeiss lenses out there for Sony, but I can also use Nikon, Canon glass via a third-party adapter.
Very, very cool.
So this is great. This has 42 megapixels, full frame. It does record in 4K video as well.
4K?
Yes.
It fits in the palm of your hand at 4K?
Right. And this one is only 12 megapixels, but they're very large because it's a full frame sensor, which means sensitivity goes up way up. About 409,000 ISO. So you can take video or stills in pretty much pure black darkness and still record images, detail out of that.
What kind of chips do they take?
SD cards as well as memory stick dual cards.
Oh,
yeah. We have some accessories too, like I have this vertical mount here that slides right in there.
That looks very professional.
And then you can, use it vertically as well because it has controls on it, shutter controls and everything at the touch of your hand.
And I like the small size. To tell you the truth,
And that's where the market is going right now.
Everything was so big.
Right.
Now you want it small and light. Because, you know why? Because the telephone, the smartphone is kind of always available. And so if you have a big camera, it's so much bigger and heavier than a smartphone. This is not that much bigger.
Right, this is the feature of DSLR right here. Everything is moving towards mirrorless because everyone knows the benefits of something smaller, lightweight, and very universal. The autofocusing feature on this camera, on the A7R Mark II, allows it to be universal, allows it to add third-party adapters and third-party or
for you guys.
other manufacturers' lenses. And they say the autofocusing on this camera with another brand's lens is actually just as fast or faster than even on the native body.
Yeah.
So
I have an older, I shouldn't say older, it's only maybe a couple of years older, another brand.
Okay.
And it's a Canon. But when you're doing video on it, DSLR type, the autofocus is really kind of slow.
Right.
And you start this way, and the thing is, and it
Hunting.
shows on the video.
Right.
And the result is that video's not so good because it's out of focus half the time. And if you move, right, at different distances, it can't catch up so quick.
Right.
So it's out of focus half the time. Not so good.
And that's the benefits of using a mirrorless camera system, because as opposed to a mirrored, when you're focusing and when you start to capture, the mirror has to raise up. And that split second, you do lose some focusing. With these cameras here, the focusing is on the sensor. So no matter if you're running towards it, away, it's always constantly focusing. And there's like 399 points of autofocus on the sensor. So it allows you to basically capture even eye focus. So when you're taking pictures of people, it'll lock onto the eye of the person, and that way you know exactly where your photo is going. It's going to be in focus all the time. So that's the real benefits of these cameras.
Good in low light too. Eh?
Exactly. This is the low light keying right here, the A7S Mark II. Like I said before, it's only 12 megapixels, but each megapixel is huge, so it's more sensitive to light.
Yeah.
And obviously they're all interchangeable. But so this is roughly about a $3,200 for the body only.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have close to about 13 lenses in a full front lineup. And when you want to migrate from cameras, or if you're switching from stills to video, we can easily change out these lenses and go into something like this video camera here that my associate Topher can explain in more detail.
You want to do that now?
Sure. Might as well, because like you said, you can change all these lenses. So we have some of our other consumer grade or professional grade lenses that we have here that are interchangeable. The same style mount on the digital still cameras can go into the professional E mount of this Sony.
How about the other way?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
take this video lens.
This
They're
big
all
video lens?
interchangeable.
Yeah.
They're all compatible.
Put it on the DSLR.
Yes.
Whoa.
So you can make this still as well as a video camera, and in the same way with this as well.
So I have a couple clients who actually shoot do two cameras. They'll take this as their primary, and then they'll use either the A7S Mark II or the A7R Mark II as a secondary camera, and they'll either swap
backup.
lenses, backup,
So
or
they know they're getting it, and they're getting it 4K anyway.
yes.
On both.
Right.
Ooh, that's very professional. Yeah. Wow.
And the thing about 4K is that Sony has always been the pioneer for 4K. It started with our broadcast professional field about 10 years ago. And that's been trickling down to the consumer level. So this past year we released a number of 4K televisions, and they also include the Google platform, the Android platform. So not only is it very fast and useful, but it's very friendly with your smartphones when you connect it wirelessly to your smartphones as well. So it's very user-friendly on the interface. A lot of apps available on the Android platform, as you know, and it's just taking off from there. And we all you hear the buzzword a lot, 4K. You're getting 4 times the resolution of high definition, and that's where people are migrating to. The whole industry is actually going into that.
Yeah,
into
well,
that way.
it's good enough to present on a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's global.
Right.
No screen wouldn't take it. Yeah. But let me ask you about sound.
Sure.
DSLRs have always been a little behind, the big guys on sound. What kind of sound features do you have on these DSLRs?
It has built-in stereo mics, but with our multi-interface intelligent shoe, you can add microphones, zoom mics. They
In
even
the
have
shoe?
XLR, a shoe that has XLR adapters.
Really?
Yes.
Because that's really much better to have an XLR
Exactly.
Connection with the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
So because Sony is coming from a broadcast professional background, we're implementing those features into something high-end as these cameras here.
Yeah.
So it gives you the flexibility.
Well, all considered, I mean, these cameras are professional cameras.
They are,
They
right.
may look small. I mean, a few years ago, that would have been treated as consumer size,
Right.
But now it's really professional
Yeah.
because of all the features and the chip and the sound and the lens interchangeability.
Right.
You can put that in anyone's inventory and, as you said, take double pictures and have 2 professional shots available. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I got the $3,200 on this one, the big one. What about the?
This one's about 3,000. for the
Roughly
body.
the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And a lens like the one you have on there, what are we talking?
This is a 24 to 240 millimeter zoom lens. We have about 13 right now in the full frame lineup.
Really?
And we're going to add some more down the pipeline. So
They're smaller and lighter than lenses of the same specifications used to
some
be.
are. And the thing about the development of lenses and technology is that Sony makes the three primary components in digital cameras: the sensor, the processor, and the lens development. So because we are in conjunction with all three, we know exactly what kind of roadmap we're going to take. All of our full frame lenses are polished and manufactured to a high resolution standard. So not only will this work on this 42 megapixel, but for down the road, who knows how many megapixels we'll be able to create. Now that you can't say the same for all manufacturers, because some of the newer lenses will take advantage of the new high megapixel sensors out there. Whereas Sony, we've always put that in our product planning. So we know exactly where we want to go with these lenses. So these will be used on all these different cameras.
You really, you got into the camera game after the two big guys were established?
Right, 2005.
2005, not that long ago, 10 years. But you have applied all the technology you knew from your historic development of video and TV cameras to these smaller cameras, and now you really have a tremendous lineup, and you're right up there at the front.
And if you look at other markets throughout the world, like Asia, Europe, we've been actually doing really well. In fact, taking the #1 market share for mirrorless cameras. And just last month in Germany, I was told that Sony overtook Canon as the #1 camera manufacturer in Germany.
In Germany?
In Germany,
they know
which is
cameras in Germany, too.
yeah, they're very photo centric over there.
Yeah.
And so we did an excellent job, and everyone knows the benefits now of mirrorless. And slowly in America too, they're seeing the benefits of that.
But there's another benefit. I'd like to bounce off you on mirrorless cameras. You don't have a mirror, you don't have a moving part.
Exactly.
So now maintenance, your risk of maintenance issues much less.
Exactly.
Because you don't have that whole mechanism in there.
Right.
And furthermore, when people go in to clean and all this, all those moving parts are at risk when you stick your finger in the camera.
Right. There's one thing I also wanted to talk about too, was the in-body image stabilization. So this has a 5-axis image stabilization technology. And what that means is that not only can it go left, right, up and down, but when you're rotating in various XYZ axis, it stabilizes the image. So if you have shaky hands, it's okay, because it stabilizes that
That's
shakiness.
fabulous, and it's built in, huh?
It's built in. So any glass that you add onto this will take advantage of that image stabilization as well.
Wow.
And it actually helps you even in low light.
Right.
Low light stabilization in low light. You wouldn't expect that.
Because you can actually increase your steps to increase more light coming into the camera, even though, because you're holding it.
Yeah.
It
So
stays
you can gain about a 4.5 stop advantage by having this image stabilization in the body.
And you get such a better result with any video. Okay, we'll take a short break. I have to, rest. I have to look at my checkbook. I'm going to come right back. There's Ted Abe and Christopher Schlund. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name's Hillary Weinberg. I'm the host of The Whole Gamut on Think Tech Hawaii. See us live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. or on our YouTube channel to hear us talk about world affairs from Hawaii and beyond. See you then.
Aloha! How you doing? It's me, Angus McTech, wishing you to welcome and join us to see us on Hibachi Talk on Think Tech Hawaii. Join my co-hosts, Gordo the Tech Czar and Andrew the Security Guy, every Friday from 1300 to 1345. We look forward to seeing you. We'll talk tech and we'll have some wee bit of fun. And remember, let your wing gang free wherever you be. Aloha!
Hi, I'm Stan the Energy Man, Stan Osterman, and I'm here to tell you about my show on Friday, every Friday, on my lunch hour, 12 o'clock till 1 o'clock here on Think Tech Hawaii. We talk about everything energy and anything you ever wanted to know about energy. So we're full of energy, and we'll see you here every Friday at noon to 1. Aloha.
Hit it. Just hit it. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, no, we're here checking our mics out. That's Ted Abe and Topher Schlund. Ted is from Sony, product specialist there and sales account executive, and Topher is he's a representative of Professional Solutions.
That's part of Sony, actually.
Yeah, it's
it's
part
the
of Sony.
professional
It's- I'm
side.
the professional side. He's the
Professional Solutions of Sony.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for straightening me out. Okay. All right, so you got more consumer, or shall we go to professional?
No, I have pretty much it for the consumer, but let's migrate into the professional side.
Okay,
of
let's
Sony.
talk about professional, because that's dearest to our hearts here at ThinkTech in our studio, yeah?
Yeah, nice studio.
Thank you. Okay, this one.
So I brought out two toys with me. So we got the PXW FS7. I'm showing it in the kit version. It's internal. It does 4K recording. Has capability of external 4K RAW recording. It's light, compact. It's shoulder mountable.
Oh, really? May I?
Yes.
Oh, I see, it's got this curved bottom on it,
Yeah.
where it can sit on the table or on your shoulder, either way. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, which I don't have out on. Actually, it sits on your shoulder, and then you have a control arm.
Yeah, yeah.
That you can
So you
sit
can
here.
hold it better,
Yeah.
balance the weight on it, yeah. Yeah, that is one serious piece of gear. I think the big thing for me is always the output. And this looks like SDI, it says SDI output. And was it HDMI also?
Yes.
So we go both ways. Very cool. Very cool.
And then you can also add, if you wanted to add more professional attachments, you can actually take this battery out and put a regular V-mount battery, which is more found in the ENG cameras, or more what the news cameras use. And you can also add a RAW back for recording 4K RAW.
And,
It's a special, another attachment module.
yeah, okay. This is all built, you know. It's really built.
Yeah, it's
It's like-
magnesium
it
body.
could be a weapon.
All magnesium body, so
Yeah.
it cuts down on the weight, even though it feels a little hefty, but
Yeah.
it's lighter than most other ENG cameras that are out there.
And
Talk
you
to
can
me-
take it apart too, so you can take off the handle. The body itself is just that little block here,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the interchangeable lens system, the E-mount system that Sony has. You can add on different types of accessories if you wanted to. Like Topher was saying, you can add these shoulder mounts and then add the backs, different backs to it. So, you know, from small video projects to newscast worthy, you know, it covers a wide range of applications.
I like this this extension on the monitor, because sometimes you want the monitor to be a little distant from the lens, the exact
Right.
plane of the lens.
Exactly.
This looks like you can move it several
And actually, you
inches.
can attach. This actually turns into your viewfinder as well.
Oh,
So you attach a little attachment here, and you can use it as a shoulder mount for your viewfinder.
Very cool. It's out of the way, too. And then I notice also that the XLR, outputs are here, and they're kind of, they're not 90 degrees. They're in the same plane as the camera itself. So that's a lot easier
Yeah, trying
to
to
work
keep it
with.
more compact.
And
because
ergonomic.
Ergonomic. A lot of people actually put these in, what do I call them, gimbals. So you can do free, like walk around with it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
keep it
yeah.
all steady.
Yeah, sure. What a piece of gear. There's so much on this that are not on our level of cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of controls that you can manually adjust to your preference. And that's the benefit of having this type of professional type of equipment, because everyone has their own preference for different settings and
It's
everything.
true, it's options. You have
Right.
lots and lots of
You
options in a
can
camera
build it
like
to
this.
massive, like the film cinema style capturing cameras that you know, like they use at Star Wars or something.
Yeah.
You can build it that big, or you can have it small. You know, one
Yeah.
man operation, one
Yeah.
man band. Just go out and
You
shoot.
can make a major motion picture
Yes.
Yes.
with this camera.
Definitely.
At 4K, I mean, my goodness. What about the battery and the duration of the battery?
So it does come with a standard battery, which you're going to get about maybe an hour and a half in HD, maybe even shorter, hour, 90 minutes, or 30 minutes for the smaller battery, but you can buy bigger batteries that'll help you last. Like the large one, this BPU 90, can get about almost 3 hours out of it in 4K.
Yeah. And what about the chips? What kind of chips does it take? And are they
So-
hot swappable?
They are hot swappable, but it is a special kind of chip. It's called a QXD card. We're not the only manufacturer that uses that card. There are other manufacturers that.
What's the benefit of it?
It's a smaller, faster card. Well, it's a little bit bigger than an SD card, but it's faster. So it can absorb all that 4K data coming off at high frame rates. So you can record in 4K at 120 frames a second.
You have to have that. You
Yeah.
don't want artifacts or anything. So how much material, how many hours of video would it take?
On the 128 gig, we got about only 45 minutes of it
Yeah.
because of
At
all
4K.
that. Yeah,
at
4K.
But 128 is bigger than anything I have. Yeah, that's big. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can leave it here.
Play around with it.
I didn't see the other side. Oh, look at all these controls. The right-hand side, it only begins. Look at all this.
So it has built-in ND filters, so you can play around with the.
That's huge.
Oh, and it reflects immediately on the monitor, too. Yeah. Oh, wow, this is a really fine piece of gear.
And then also it does do the Cine Gamut and S-Log 3, which a lot of filmmakers want because of that cinema look. So you can customize it to either cinema look or to what you as the digital director would want.
So you customize the look and feel of the way the movie is made. You can make it look this way,
Yeah.
that way. And that saves you on post-production.
Correct.
You don't have to play with it, at least not on that. Well, yeah, maybe you should have brought two with you.
And then we also have it hooked up to this Anycast Touch.
Oh, you've already hooked it up, okay.
Yes.
Oh, this is a new kind, this is HDMI cable?
Yes, it's a HDMI. It's just
This-
that's a flat HDMI cable.
Yeah, okay.
So
Okay. yeah.
This particular unit is actually to do live broadcast. It'll stream to a streaming server or Ustream. We are in process of expanding what the different type of streaming services that we can provide. This is on firmware 2.0, so within the next, I'd say 6 months or so, we should get another firmware upgrade that'll allow it to stream to more places that didn't make it into this last firmware. But it does have six camera inputs, so either SDI, VGA, HDMI component. And
You're making me a little nauseous, but that's way more than we have in that little box.
In that little box.
It's really, again, miniaturization. It's very powerful for the size of the box.
And since now a lot of us are in that touchscreen smartphone,
Yeah.
everything's touchscreen. This whole unit is all touchscreen. No dials or knobs that you have to touch that you have to worry about breaking off or
Yeah.
wearing out. It's all captive touch.
It also looks like it runs cooler. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. You guys have batteries for homes. I don't know. You don't follow that in the electronics.
Yes, actually,
But
yeah.
the
We
remarkable thing about the batteries for those homes
actually,
is that they're so cool.
Right.
They never get excited about anything. And I suspect the same thing with the Anycaster, eh?
It is, it has its clientele. But getting back to that battery,
Yeah, I want to hear about the
He's
batteries.
actually in
yeah.
charge of the battery sales.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
we
Just
have a
another reason to like it.
we have a partnership with Blue Planet Energy, and they made an announcement where they're using our battery systems to power up, using PV panels to be off the grid or within the grid.
Yeah.
The benefits of using our battery technology is that it doesn't get hot, so you don't have to have it in an air-conditioned environment. It has a warranty of 10 years, but it lasts over 20 years. And it's a very fast charging battery technology. So basically, if you have a 2-story house and using maybe about, all these different appliances, you can actually charge that system up and, be ready to go even if there was a blackout and last. And so it'll recharge and then you can use it up when you need to. It's very efficient and very safe. And it maximizes about, pretty much the full capacity of the battery, even as it ages. Now, a lot of battery technologies out there, they get hot, and you have to have it in an AC environment. And after so many years, the charge levels drop. So you don't get the 100% capacity as you once did when it was brand new. And that's another benefit that Sony offers in these battery systems. We're using a special iron phosphate technology that basically has no susceptibility to explode or catch on fire. It's very safe and very cool to operate.
Yeah, when it first came out, it was first rolled out in the press release by Blue Planet. We had the fellow who was operating that company for Blue Planet come down.
Hank Rogers.
No. This guy was dedicated to.
There's the new CEO Darren, and then there's also Paul.
Paul.
Yes.
Yeah, came down and he talked about it. It was right after it was rolled out, but we haven't seen one yet. So I'm hoping you guys can come back and bring
Yes.
one with you. They're not that big,
We actually showcased this at the Sony Open this past January, and we'll also have it again next month at the Sony Open as well at the product tent. So, for anyone who wants to stop by at the Sony Open tent, we will have one on display. Yes,
This is really big.
yes, it
It's
is
a
huge.
wonderful machine. It's sort of
Yes.
magical machine.
It is.
Way ahead of anything.
We
in
think it's the
field.
best technology out there,
Yeah,
bar none.
it's going to sweep the world.
Yeah, and then unlike some of the other battery technologies out there, it's actually scalable.
Yes.
It's not like
You stack them up.
yeah, you
Yes,
stack them up.
modular and scalable.
yeah.
So whether you have a single family home or if you have a factory, a huge, it's scalable like Topher was saying. So you can adjust it to the needs of the project.
But there's like you start out with one system and then you say, oh, my family grew. I need to put more batteries in. You can put the batteries in. You don't have to redesign the whole system and start from scratch.
Yeah, the benefits of using the Blue Planet Energy's architecture, their software allows it to really accommodate, and expand, accordingly.
Yeah. And that phosphate thing is really at the front end.
Yes.
That's a better battery.
It is.
Period. Yeah.
Better technology.
Yeah. Good for you guys on that. I'm only sorry you didn't bring one down, but I'll be calling you. We can bring one down later. Or we'll all go down to the Sony show and take pictures of it.
There you go.
Either
Yeah.
way. Okay, so Topher, we didn't finish on this
sorry.
machine. I want to know everything you were willing to say about it. I'm even skipping a break and to give you time for that.
Okay, so with the Anycast streamer, like I said, you can stream it anywhere or and it's all operated by touchscreen. So we actually have 2 cameras connected to it right now, and then I have it's
That
all
is
touch.
so fast reaction.
And then so the lower part is where you set everything up. It has all your settings
Yeah.
and your audio mixing. And then you can set up all your scenes from the top. You can actually import your different titles if you have a title generator as a regular input or a video clip file. So I can.
And we can run it 24/7. Huh?
Should be, yeah. I haven't heard anything saying that.
How long is it on the market?
This has been out since 2013. So it's with the latest, every firmware, it draws more people into this particular market.
Yeah.
Because it was only meant for like maybe churches or small production houses
Yeah.
at the time, and now that we've expanded, that we can get a lot more streaming capabilities out of this unit with different firmwares. I mean, we should be coming on board with the next firmware for Google's
Virtual sets, all that?
it'll
Chroma key, all
It'll
that?
do chroma key inside. You can set it up for chroma key.
Yeah. And how many shots can it hold, do you know?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
I know you can set up different scenes. So if
I guess it's the same thing as a shot, yeah, okay.
so you can set it up different scenes. So you can just tap it.
And then tap it and it goes to that.
You just hit take and then it'll do the cut.
I feel that our control room engineer, our production engineer is watching this with great interest.
I mean, there's a ton of let's see.
Yeah.
I know what ThinkTech
So
wants for
there's
Christmas.
a ton of
Yeah.
different styles that you can add. You can add your own. You know, like I said, you have a telegenerator, Photoshop, anything. You can, as long as it has an alpha channel, you can stick it in there, upload it.
Well, as our control room engineer has said, she knows what ThinkTech wants for Christmas. Yeah, let me see how heavy it is. Oh, it's not heavy, and it's not hot, and it's very light, and easy to change here. All the controls right there.
I mean, so if if everything is all set, like your audio, you don't have to change. I mean, you can make it, flatten it out.
I'm running right there. Then it becomes very simple, very powerful, just with the press of a button. And then you can cover it with this
Yep.
special cover.
It's a dust protector and cover for it so you protect
So
the.
it becomes completely portable now. I can put this under my arm.
You're right.
I could not do that with our current machine. Yeah. Well, all right. Thank you for, you knew how interested we would be in
Yes,
this.
I had a small little elf.
Okay, what's the price on this one?
Street price right now is 12,000.
Okay. But it's self-sufficient. I mean, this is really all you need. You don't have to have
Right.
anything else. If you want to add a monitor, that's no big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Right. SDI or HDMI out to the monitor so you can see the program, how it's set up.
Yeah, okay. We have to have a long conversation. too. Well, between now this isn't your top of the line camera, because
No.
you guys make cameras for, the biggest networks in the world.
Right.
But this is what your top of the line, like I wouldn't say prosumer, it's better than that.
It's better prosumer. It's more of a top of the line like documentary style or
Documentary style.
or like your
Filmmakers.
Indie
yeah.
filmmaker,
Indie
you know.
filmmakers, yeah.
Yeah.
On a tight budget, but still they don't want to sacrifice the quality.
Right.
This is something that I would strongly recommend.
Because
Yeah.
it's based off the technology of the film cameras that
Right.
we have. So above this is the F5, F65, F55. Those are the Hollywood style.
Yeah.
I mean, major
I
productions.
love your job. I want your job. So what is the cost on this one? Break it down for me.
So, if I remember correctly, the whole kit and body is about 12,000. With just the body only is about 8,000. Without this lens, I mean, you can buy adapters to put other third-party manufacturer lenses on it that aren't E-mount if you have glass already. A couple of my friends that I had clients that I've had let demo, they actually requested it. They didn't want the lens. They, had
They had others,
other
or-
adapters,
yeah,
so they're using third-party manufacturers.
Maybe later, yeah. But somehow this is a common denominator. It's all related somehow. Because could you? Yes, you could. Of course you could. You could make that a shot, a scene.
Yes.
Yes.
For this Anycaster.
Has HDMI out. You can actually plug it in. Yes.
Yeah. So you could outfit a whole studio with what's on the table here.
Right. Exactly.
Because we have this is not a current generation consumer camera, but we have a current generation. This is a consumer camera that's going into here with HDMI,
Yeah.
and
Right.
you could pick up a shot.
And that's HDMI out.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
With a little HDMI out.
It's a mini.
Mini
Mini
HDMI.
HDMI, yeah. Yeah, that's just like my camera that I use here in the studio. Well, you guys, it's fabulous, and I mean, this is Christmas for everybody, really. Thanks for bringing it down, but I wanted to ask you, the larger question is, where is this kind of technology going? Where is it going in the world in general? Where is it going with Sony?
Well, since I explained earlier, 4K, we've been, developing 4K for about 10 years now. And, we're bringing that into the consumer realm, and we're expanding that. But we're going to go beyond 4K. And that's kind of like been our tagline this past year, especially from the broadcaster's point of view. We're seeing stuff that's, when you talk about broadcasting the back end and how they're recording video and transmitting that over to your home, there's going to be more efficient ways of getting more higher end instead of just HD, 4K quality, and even beyond that into the home. And that's something that Sony's been at the forefront, and we're still continuing to push along in that way.
Yeah, well, it's all about the convergence, isn't it?
Right.
And this is part, I think, of the convergence. In other words, John Q. Citizen can go out and make filmmaker quality documentaries, and he can broadcast them to the world and have influence and effect the way ThinkTech would like. And he can do it from a multiple possibility of sources of the signal, and a multiple possibility, of the streams too. It's like we're all empowered now. And what strikes me is that Sony is right there.
Right.
You're at all the ends of this thing somehow.
What we like to say is that from the director's lens to the living room, we're getting all that from the professional field all the way to the consumer level to your TV at home. So what you're watching on TV, on a Sony TV, is what the director wanted you to see, because he's using the Sony equipment from the professional side all the way down to the consumer side. And that's what we have that ecosystem that we're bringing it all together.
From your lips to God's ears. But when I was in college, we had a meal plan. And the meal plan, you would pay X dollars a month, and you get all your meals.
Yes.
Okay?
I remember those days.
Yeah. Well, in some places you can still do it, but it's more money.
Yeah.
Now, what I would like to do is have a Sony plan where I get everything that you manufacture. I know it'd be expensive, but
Yes.
Whatever gizmo you manufacture, all of this and more, it just automatically comes to me as soon as you release it.
And then you wake up.
Okay, you guys, it's time to wake up. We've had a wonderful visit today with Ted Abe and Topher Schlund, and we are delighted as always, and we hope you come back forever and ever and ever. We want to spend time with you even off the air, and we compliment Sony on its faithfulness to the market. And if you measure how good you should feel by how good your customers should feel or do feel, you guys should be pretty happy, actually.
Hey, thank you very much, Jay. Thanks for having us on the show.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Topher. Aloha.